Welcome to Module 5, Lesson 15, Debrief Questions. Today we're dealing with equivalent fractions. So what is an equivalent fraction? Well, it's fractions that you would say are equal, but more accurately represent the same amount. So if I have a pizza, or I have a plate of brownies, or I've got any object I want to split. So here I split it for two people, right? I've cut my whole piece, or my whole item, into two sections. One half, one out of two parts, second half, right? Remember, the denominator tells us how many parts make the whole, so two parts make the whole. Our numerator tells us how many parts you have. I have one out of two parts, I have one half. Now, that's great if I'm sharing it with myself and a friend, but what if I'm sharing it with myself and three more people? That means there's four people sharing the same item. Well, here I've drawn a second picture. This is the same size, but now I've cut it into four equal groups, right? So everybody can get 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, but if I want to know what is equal to what I would have had without all of my friends, if it was just me and one other person, I would have received 1/2 of the pizza. Or if I broke it into fourths, I would have got 2 out of the 4 pieces, which would have been the same as 1 out of 2 pieces, because the 2 out of 4 pieces are cut smaller. So I get more pieces, but I get the same amount, right? And there's a lot of equivalent fractions. We spend a lot of time on this. You know that 1/2 is equal to 2/4, which is also equal to 4/8, right? So as you're doubling the numerator and denominator, you're getting the same portion, just different pieces. So 1 out of 2 parts equals 2 out of 4 parts equals 4 out of 8 parts. And you could do it again, 8 out of 16 parts, or 16 out of 32 parts. So as long as you're doing the same thing to the numerator and the denominator, you are making equivalent fractions. You could do it with 3. 1/3, right? How many different equivalent fractions can you come up with? Well, if I double the numerator, 1 becomes 2. I also have to double the denominator, so 3 becomes 6. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. If I double 2/6, I say the numerator doubles to 4, the denominator doubles to 12, so 1/3, 2/6, and 4/12 are all equivalent as well. So remember, when you're dealing with equivalent fractions, whatever you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator, or vice versa. Whatever you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. So if you're doubling the numerator, you double the denominator. If you're tripling the denominator, you're tripling the numerator. It becomes the same portion, just different size pieces. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I hope it was a good review. I'll see you tomorrow.